All right, another edition of Carnivore Bites. I'm your host, Jeff Sherman, along with Dr. Eric Lopkin. Dr. Lopkin, a lot, again, going on this week. What's top of your mind?
Well, I think the big story for today is Paul Manaforte's appearance in court, pleading guilty on 2 counts. The plea deal has to do with not reporting foreign income to the government and trying to influence jurors. So all of it is incidents that predate his dealings with Trump.
And let's face it, Manafort got screwed because of his association with Trump. He never would have gotten this kind of treatment.
No, he wouldn't. He probably wouldn't have even been caught had they not been investigating Russian collusion.
No.
But
the point is, though, this Mueller, does he have a conscience? I mean, he's destroying people's lives in his unbridled attempt to take down Trump. I mean, Manafort, is he the greatest guy in the world? No, but really, life in prison for a 70-year-old guy, isn't that a little much?
Well, that's just it. He's not getting life in prison now thanks to this plea deal.
I know, but he's still from his previous conviction. I think he could. Anyway, he was facing a sentence that no one else would have ever got.
Well, no, actually,
because they're trying to sweat him.
As I understand it, this plea deal includes his previous conviction, so he will be getting out. The speculation is that's actually why he did the plea deal, because even if Trump pardons him, Trump can't pardon him on state charges,
and that's why they did it.
Right. That's also why Trump's lawyer pled guilty in state court. Remember, his guilty plea wasn't to Mueller or wasn't in federal court. It was to the state court in New York.
So where do you think this is all going, this investigation? For a while there, I was pretty confident it was going nowhere. I don't know. I have no idea where it's going.
I know there's a lot of innuendo. Right now, the details of the plea deal, as of the time we're recording this, have not been released. So we know that Manafort has pledged cooperation as part of this plea deal. We don't know what that means. Is he cooperating on his own charges? Is he going to try to throw Trump under a bus? We have no idea because those details have not been released yet.
Okay, one thing, beyond any legal ramifications, I believe that people are, even if you're left of center, are getting a little tired of the whole investigation. I mean, it's losing its pizzazz.
It's definitely losing its pizzazz. People are really getting tired of it. I think Mueller really needs to show his hand at this point and show that, yes, he's not just nibbling around the edges. He's actually got a justification for continuing the investigation. Otherwise, he needs to drop it.
Okay, point well taken. Now, speaking of the investigation and its eventual potential outcome via impeachment, I'd like you to read on this, because about a month ago, 3 weeks ago, a month ago, I was pretty confident there would be no blue wave. What changed? Now it's saying that it's looking, even the Senate might be in play. What happened?
I don't know. I'm not sure anything happened. We know that the media is pushing for a blue wave. The Democrats really do seem to have lost control of their party, though.
Yeah, but a month ago, I was on board. I think in the media is the media, and there's no blue wave. It might actually be a minor little 2-inch red wave. But for some reason, things have changed. What do you think happened? Or have they changed? You don't think they have changed?
I'm not really sure they have changed. I'm not sure.
Because Trump's approval rating has dropped 6 points, supposedly.
Trump's approval rating has dropped because Trump needs to shut up. Trump is shooting himself in the foot. He takes everything personally, and he blathers on like this bit with talking about the hurricane relief in Puerto Rico, coming out and going, oh, those people didn't all die from the hurricane. And now, when the study came out, I have my doubts about it too, simply because the methodology is a statistical analysis rather than actually counting how many people died. So I don't know how accurate it is.
But leave it alone.
Right, leave it alone. It's not a personal attack. Stop egging
the
these
thing
things
about
on.
him is he is so thin-skinned. He's like a 71-year-old baby or 72-year-old baby.
It really is ridiculous. He's got to get over it, rein his ego in, and stop whining about every little attack.
So I don't understand though and I in fact even read some article. The economy is so good that, again, we've talked about this before. I mean, people that used to be on the fringes are now working. Why doesn't he have like a 70% approval rating? I don't understand it.
Well, you have the constant media bashing. You have the constant tweets, which just egg people on. He comes across as completely unlikable and untrustworthy. So the economic gains, and the economic gains are huge, but they're not enough to keep dismissing everything he's doing to shoot himself in the foot.
The analysis you did, it was just spot on, perfect analysis. I would agree 100%. Moving on to, you said Ken Starr has come out with a book, and he said some comments about the investigation that I found interesting.
Ken Starr has a new book coming out all about the Clinton investigation. And he was talking a lot about how the impeachment of Clinton hurt the country. And they probably should not have pushed for impeachment. That it was actually pushed forward by Janet Reno, who was the one that gave the go-ahead to the investigation into Monica Lewinsky. But reflecting back on everything he did, he had some comments about the Mueller investigation. And he's actually the one that said, first of all, unless they can prove collusion beyond a shadow of a doubt, nobody should even be talking about impeachment, because it's causing more damage.
I know, but the Democrats
that's what they're running on. That's their only running platform, is we're gonna impeach Trump.
So, that brings up another. I mean, Cory Booker, these people, Dianne Feinstein. I mean, I don't know. I swear, I don't know how the Republicans are going to. I mean, I think they probably will lose, but how can they lose? I mean, you're talking about the Democrats. My God.
Well,
I don't understand it.
The Republicans are shooting themselves in the foot also, because they're not reining Trump in, and they really need to. They're not standing up for the accomplishments of the administration, which there are quite a number of them, both domestically and internationally. And they're playing
but I think the siege is getting to Trump. That's maybe why he's going a little off the hook on the tweets.
Maybe, but again, he's egging it on. If he wants the siege to stop, he needs to stop tweeting. He needs to stop making ridiculous comments and just focus on his real accomplishments. He's got real accomplishments to fall back on.
But Dr. Lopkin, he was doing well with his tweets. I say a month ago. I can't put an exact time frame. I mean, he looked like he stemmed the blue wave. And it looked like it was reversing. Now it just kind of awful. He's very self-destructive.
Yes, he is. I mean, the only way the Republicans are going to survive the election is if they start reining him in and focusing on what good they've done. The good in the economy, improved relations with North Korea, a better trade deal with Mexico. These are all concrete accomplishments that the Trump administration has done.
Yeah, but again, I agree with you, Dr. Lopkin. He's throwing it away with these stupid tweets. To close it up, what do you give the chances of the blue wave and let's talk about the House first. Chances of the Democrats taking over the House?
I think the Democrats probably have a good chance of taking the House. I don't know that they'll get a huge majority, but I think they will be able to take control.
Senate.
The Senate's going to be tougher for them. I think the Senate, I think the Republicans still have a 60% chance of holding on to it.
I would agree with both. Dr. Lopkin, great edition of Carnivore Bites. Until next time.
You've been listening to Carnivore Radio's podcast. You can catch us here every week. Carnivore Radio is part of the Xvadio podcast network. You can listen to the podcast at blogtalkradio.com/Xvadio. If you want to be part of the conversation, you can listen to us live every Friday at 4 o'clock on WESU 88.1 Middletown, Connecticut. You can also catch us online at WESUFM.org. We look forward to hearing from you, and see you next week.